Hello everybody, it is I, Granarite, and here we are back with another episode of Let's Play Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I loaded up the game. There was immediately a citizen thing here. Alright, so I'm going to swap over to Evie. We are going to keep going on with side missions that we have. So we had another couple Charles Dickens memories here. We have another murder mystery over there. We have another murder mystery down there. So we're going to go to this quest next. And I need to keep also trying to work on perks. So I've decided at some point I'm just going to grind perks out. I probably will do it on screen, even though I don't really want to. Come on, can I get the drift? I just want like one. There we go, thank you. So I don't think we'll do that in this episode, but I might just have an episode dedicated to grinding out perks, or a few, because there's a few perks, you know, for us to grind out. Or maybe I won't. I mean, these aren't required for 100%, I don't think. I don't know. There's a few that seem like they're easy to do, but there's a lot of them that it's like, man, really? Like 50 times? I don't know. Haven't decided, I guess.
How nice to see you again, Mr. Dickens. Is it time for another of the Ghost Club stories?
As a matter of fact, yes. Follow me. Number 50, Berkeley Square. 4 stories high and branded, "Beware all those who enter." There have been many strange tales of this dreadful domicile. The earliest report of a haunting was said to be the spectre of a small girl who was murdered by a servant. She could be seen at the attic windows, weeping and wringing her little hands in an agony of despair.
Reach the... Wow. Where's this place at?
I'm eager to begin.
Oh, I have to stay close to him.
You're not afraid, are you? Another legend claims the attic is haunted by the spirit of a young woman who purportedly threw herself from the top floor window to escape her abusive uncle. Her screaming ghost has reportedly been sighted hanging from the window ledge. This residence was briefly owned by a Mr. James Jasper, a choir master and an opium addict. His nephew Edward was betrothed to one of Mr. Jasper's pupils, the fair and delicate Rose. However, Edward disappeared under mysterious circumstances followed by Jasper himself. Perhaps grief sent him back to the soothing arms of his narcotic mistress.
Interesting.
Here now. Easy, easy. Atta girl.
Exit. Thank you. Okay, well, we reached the house.
Shall we?
Thank you.
Though this house is vacant, some say it comes alive at night with screams of terror, ringing bells, and slamming shutters. Although eerie, this phenomenon is easily produced by pneumatic tubes and valves. There are claims that a young man was caged in the attic, his only connection to the rest of the world a tiny hole in the door. A young man who was reduced to madness by this extreme isolation. The legends all seem to focus on one room in particular.
Okay.
A sudden draft. Nothing more. My word. Perhaps I shall wait here while you investigate the source of that laughter.
Well, child ran down these steps. Okay. Gotta tackle a child. Wow, that was a reach.
Leave it here. It's not worth prison. Will do.
Alright, we're gonna go back and speak.
I've found a lock, but I haven't located the key.
It's here.
Okay.
Ha! So this is how it works.
Impressive.
Hi. Hey.
No one whose love for Rosa came near to equaling mine. It should have been enough to keep my beloved nephew away. My poor Ned.
This guy just tries to scare us away, Scooby-Doo style. And Charles just like booked it though. Look at him go.
Alas, the myth has been discredited. There was no ghost in Berkeley Square, just a wretched soul, driven to murder and madness by guilt and intoxication. I think this is the makings of a rather fine novel. I wonder if I've got one left in me.
All right. We got another cane sword. Now we're gonna hop over here. Alright, we can upgrade it. And just keep up with keeping everything upgraded. I just noticed that these also all have flavor text, and so just a sec here. So the brass knuckles are standard brass knuckles for the bright-eyed, eager initiate, eager to make their mark. Iron manacles, repurposed iron knuckles, born of the blood, sweat, and tears of the industry. Slinky's fist. Some prefer to buy the brass knuckles unbloodied, but you can't deny it adds bits of character. Crow's strength, make your enemies eat crow. Steel knuckles, a classic blend of wood and steel. These knuckles would look equally at home on your coffee table or in your enemy's teeth. Darb's bear paw. Darby's. I ever want to wrestle a bear. Wear these to even the odds. Also, probably don't wrestle a bear. The Great Old One's caress. These brass knuckles were Hupta and Gonna. Okay. Lord Jonathan's retribution for those who prefer a sleeker, more understanding way to bash a head in. The engraved knuckles, engraved with the initials of their owner. The lion claw, king of the jungle's got nothing on you. Jaw tenderizer, an artisanal handicraft piece of wood that's got nails in it. We don't have these unlocked yet. The master assassin knuckles, to be worn with glowing pride by a master assassin. And then the cane swords we have. So Initia's cane sword, perfect starter cane. This weapon boasts style, substance, and snake. Noble's cane sword. If you're feeling a bit posh, so we'll look no further than the ebony, gold, and silk of this well-balanced weapon. The adept cane sword, a vulture top cane, spells death for your foes. A Bazmir's cane sword, a beautiful, efficient work bearing intricate work that and emblems of the Indian Brotherhood. Goddess cane sword. A sword of indeterminate origin bearing the logo of assassins. The Mayan King's Sword, a gift from another branch of the assassins. This Mayan-inspired blade is exceedingly rare find on this side of the ocean. Charles Dickens' cane sword might look like much, but the only thing mightier than the sword is the pen. Golden Lion cane sword. The Golden Lion is everything you want in a cane sword, as well as a great name for a pub. Lord Pearson's cane sword, an understated weapon, perfect for piercing the flesh of your enemies. Obsidian lion cane sword. The lion, a proud heraldic symbol of the nation bereft of lions. Jade dragon cane sword. A power of a dragon is unmatched, provided you don't run into St. George. The ivory and jade cane sword. Suffice to say, the Victorians weren't much for animal conservation, and this ivory-topped cane sword is proof of it. The light and dark cane sword. The balance of darkness and light gives power to this cane sword. Also, is it ironic to carve an elephant out of ivory? Just asking. The flame dragon cane sword keeps the fires burning with this dragon-topped cane sword and vicious and majestic weapon. And the night terror cane sword. You could say this cane is a real nightmare. And since they're still upgrading other ones, we'll read the other ones as we do it. Kill criminals. Okay.
Serves you bloody well right.
Alright, what do you got? Recollection. The Ghost Club investigates the circumstances that led to the arrest of a confused assassin.
No recollection of the events that landed you in a cell?
My mind is blank, save for the glint of a silver object, the toll of a bell, and a presence of some sort.
A glint of silver and a tolling bell. I must say, you look very tired.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm so very, very tired.
Now you're going to do a little job of work for me, aren't you?
Now I'm going to do a little job of work for you.
You've cost me a bit of money, mate. So I think it's only fair that you replenish my coffers with donations from the good people of London. You will steal money for me, won't you?
Yes, I will steal money for you.
So it was Jacob we did this for. Steal from rich citizens.
Leave me alone!
We're just recollecting the crimes that we did. So we didn't steal from these people without the cops seeing us.
Is she waiting to bounce on someone?
Looks like she's up to no good. Help! Thief!
All right, one more here in Westminster.
Oi! Get away from me, you dodger!
Speak to the hypnotist.
Good. Very good. Now, we can't have criminals like you roaming the streets. You will surrender to the police, won't you?
I like the swirling hand.
Oh, and when you do, you're going to do a silly little dance for them.
I say, you gave me a terrible fright. Muttering about a man named Ezio.
Locate the hypnotist.
Enzio Capelli. Not a demon after all. Nor Italian, for that matter.
I suspected hypnotism from the very start.
All right, off we go. Oh, and he's just on the other side of these buildings. Locate and kidnap the hypnotist.
Going to stand watch while you ransack this house.
You're going to obey the bell, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to obey the bell. You are looking for money.
Let's find what you're after.
Oh, Christ! Poor sod. Should have watched your back.
Bugger off, before I snap your neck.
Come on, who saw what happened? She ain't here.
You want to let me go, don't you? I'm in touch.
I don't think so, buddy. You're gonna stay right there.
body doesn't bend that way.
And off to the police we go. Where does this want me to go?
Come on. There you go.
Do I need to take him out? Because that's something that we haven't done before.
Can we not work out an arrangement? I made you let me.
No.
Not again.
No noise, just walk.
It's the first time we've had to take him out of a carriage.
And liberate the innocents you've used.
That's the triathlon we already did. Alright, so that takes care of all those. We had another murder mystery over here. And another one down here. This one's closer. And there's another Charles Dickens memory over here. The Tower of London. Let's go do the murder mystery. Alright. Next stop, murder. Solve the murder of the body found on the banks of the Thames.
Hey! Someone help! Some trap found something down there. Looks like foul play.
Inspect the unidentified body. Alright, what do we got? A male body dressed in the manner of a wealthy businessman. He is wearing only one shoe. The man has sustained multiple fractures, indicating a fall from a great height. There are no identifying documents. Alright, we have a few clues. And we have a suspect. What's this? Rich man's coat with the name sewed in the lining, Matthew Killian.
This, I should ask more questions.
Says one more clue. well, this is where the impact happened. Okay, so he was dragged. Let's look for another clue really quick. Unless it's up. Let's talk to this guy.
I heard a splash, and right quick pulled this bloke out of the shallows, dead as a mackerel.
I live there now, if you can call it living. I lost my job, didn't I? No need for the likes of me when a machine can do the work. A nice warm coat like that on a dead man? What do you expect? I snatched it before somebody else came along to nick it. Like you.
Okay. Looks like there's a clue up there. I think I saw something through the bridge, just barely. Maybe. All right. Pocket watch. Broken silver watch. The hands have stopped just after midnight.
Return and find out about this.
Well, that's not what I wanted. Oops.
I should return and find out about this.
What a jump.
The midnight train? That must be the 616. Stops in the station down the road. If you hurry, it might still be there.
Okay, thank you. To the Victoria train station. This is it. Right now, it seems we're still trying to find the identity of the suspect, or of the victim. Alright, we have one suspect.
You better hurry. It's leaving right now.
Alright.
Drinks in the dining car with Killian. We had business dealings in the past. It was a pleasant surprise to discover him on this train. I felt unusually tired and came back here to get some sleep. I suppose there were some disagreements, but there always are when a great deal of money is involved.
What kind of money? Alright, so we have sleeper letter 1. Killian will be on the 616 train to Cardiff to sign the papers. You must prevent him from signing them at all costs or we shall be ruined. What does that mean? Small ivory plated derringer, chamber for 2 bullets, but one is missing. Okay.
Mr. Wolf had a few with Mr. Killian. Then the young lady invited herself over to have a glass with him. Mr. Wolf became terribly tired, even though he'd only had one drink. He toddled off to bed well before midnight. I stayed in the dining car for a few drinks with the barman.
Okay.
Mr. Wolf bought him drink after drink. Then they got angry. But a young lady come over, and it's obvious that Mr. Killian was interested in a rendezvous, like. Around about 11:30, Killian and her left together.
Alright, you left with a woman.
I've been Mr. Wolf's valet for going on several years. He's frail and needs a man like me to help him about.
Let's go up here first really quick. If we can. 2 clues and a suspect. Contains a letter. How goes it, Viv? Hook any more fish? It's a lovely caper you've got going. I need to find me a body scheme like that. Let's have a glass next time you're in Soho. Love, your sis.
Someone could tell me more about this.
And then there's a little something out here. Handwritten note, come to the restaurant carriage quickly.
I didn't ask about this.
Nothing unusual at all. I had a drink with some gents and then retired to my sleeper. Someone slipped a note under my sleeper door a few minutes before midnight. It said I should come to the dining car. I went, but only Ryan and Wolf's man were there, and they were both drunk.
Okay.
The rich fella. I did talk with him. Very charming. But a single woman has to be careful, you know? Did something happen to him? Oh, all right. I flirt with rich blokes and the barman slips them a mickey. I take them back to my sleeper and they nod off before I have to do anything shameful. They wake up thinking they had a night of fun and hand me a few quid. That's what happened with Mr. Killian, but he was gone when I come back from looking for the man who left the note.
Alright, just a second really quick. Gotta get rid of these bots. There we go. Alright, so let's go back. We can ask this guy another thing here.
You mean the young lady? She and Killian hit it off famously. Embarrassing, really. Sam, he's a trusted valet. He's terrifically strong, which makes him useful in many situations.
Okay. Clue in here and 1 suspect. Let's see if we can find this clue. Don't see anything. Oh, it's on top. What's this? Caught on a bolt on top of the carriage is a shoe matching the one found on the victim. That's interesting.
Odd thing was, some noises on the roof woke me up briefly. You say someone was thrown from up there? You have to be a very strong fella to drag someone up onto the roof.
Okay.
Vivian had another of her dupes in her compartment by then. After that, I remember people going past me from time to time, but I was half asleep. Killian was on this train. Cool. I used to work in his foundry. I never even seen him. None of us workers ever knew what he looked like. That one. Clever little minx. She and the barman got a little scam going. I think everyone on the staff knows about it.
Alright. Restaurant carriage. Three clues and 2 suspects. This one goes further this way. We have a newspaper, an article about Matthew Killian's efforts to close an enormous deal in Wales, and notes that Killian is well known for replacing workers with machinery. There's a likeness of Killian in the paper, which matches the victim. Down with the industrialists, down with the monarchy. Revolution is on the way. And then there's this bottle here. Small bottle of sleeping pills that is half empty.
It was a typical evening. As far as I knew, nothing unusual happened until you came aboard with this story of a murder. I was tidying up in the passenger car. Around midnight, Vivian ran through. She thought someone was looking for her. Just another wealthy passenger. They're all pretty much the same. She rides the train often. She's very friendly with the other passengers.
Right.
Nothing unusual. A couple of passengers came in and had a sort of business meeting. One of them was buying a lot of drinks for the other, and then they started to argue. But Vivian went over and joshed them out of it. Oh, well, it's a noisy train. Plenty of passengers have trouble getting to sleep, so I keep sedative here behind the bar, yeah?
Sure.
Nice bloke. Came here after being sacked from a foundry a few months ago. I'll tell you, he looked white as a ghost after he served the businessman.
Mm-hmm.
She's a frequent passenger, that one. Hangs about with the wealthier sort. Likes to entertain them, if you take my meaning. Yeah, I helped Vivian fleece the dupes. I slipped a pill in the wine for the table. Both gents got sleepy, but Vivian picked the richest one.
Alright, so we can go back and talk to this guy again.
Peter worked with me at the foundry. He's a very strong bloke. I got my arm mangled in one of the damn machines they put in. Then Killian sacked the whole crew. Peter, he helped me get hired as train staff.
Alright. That was Peter. That's Ryan. You gotta be, so Peter used to work with him there, got him a job at the train, and also he's a really strong guy, isn't he? Well, that's Sam. So is this one Peter?
I gave him what he deserved. The man was heartless.
Mm-hmm. Got that one pretty quickly.
I believe something larger is afoot. A lot of murderous anger concerning industrialists. Might be something to look into.
Up to the clink with you.
Industrialist Matthew Killian was drugged and thrown from the top of a moving train by his former employee, Peter Jespers. Put out of work by the mechanization of Killian's factory, Peter found employment as a humble train steward. However, one evening, Peter realized that Killian was on his very train prior to his journey. Peter had never seen Killian, but now recognized him from a recent newspaper article. Peter, knowing that frequent passenger Vivian often swindled wealthy passengers, waited until she lured Killian to her compartment. He cuttingly arranged for her to be called away by means of an anonymous note. Peter then used his considerable strength to lift the drugged Mangate and drag him to the top of the train, whence he threw him from his desk at midnight. Killian's rival, Angus Wolfe, had hoped to get Killian so inebriated as to prevent him from participating in a business meeting on the following day, but Wolfe himself fell afoul of the drug brandy and slept through the entire episode. As for Peter the murderer, perhaps he meted out of justice, and in turn will now meet justice himself. And that one wasn't too hard to figure out once you learned that the one guy worked at the factory and the other guy got him his job, and it was all about just circumstance there. Alright, so we're going to go to our train. Taking advantage of the chance opportunity.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
Also, I want to see what this is really quick, since we're here. Because I can't seem to find it in the progress tracker.
Miss Fry, I brought some books. I hope I'm not intruding by being here.
Quite the contrary. It's nice to have the company. A herbarium? Are you collecting flowers for someone?
Only myself. I'm told it's something of a British pastime. Did you know they all have symbolic meanings?
I had heard something of the sort.
Of course you have. Unfortunately, I have no time to fill the book.
I could collect some samples, if you would accept my help.
I would appreciate that.
Well, we've been doing already.
Thank you, Miss Fry.
What's this? It popped up for a second.
Mignonette, your qualities surpass your charms.
I'm not entirely sure that's meant as a compliment. Love in a Mist. That's a pretty name.
Alternatively called Devil in a Bush.
Narcissus. Self-love. I should buy a bouquet for Jacob.
Most unkind, Miss Fry.
As amusing as all this is, I really should be getting back to work. If you need me...
I'll send a bouquet.
Of irises?
A message. Indeed.
So this is all related to just the flower collection. All right. So let's hop down. There's not really a fast way to get here. I guess over this way. Easy enough. We do have a bit of money, so let's go into our inventory here. We'll go to weapons, since that's what we're working on right now. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So we have the ivory kukuri. Nothing says sophistication like an ivory hilt. Nowadays, you have to buy something like this in the black market, but here it's at your fingertips. The adept kukuri, classic assassin's kukuri with a blade of Damascus steel. Ruby kukuri, a striking ruby pommel on a sleek curved blade, is available and serrated for those who find quick death a bit too clean. And we could upgrade this one. We must craft the iron kukuri, so let's go do that. There, we crafted the 2 kukuris we were working towards. Alright, so the iron kukuri, a utilitarian weapon that delivers a fearsome amount of damage. The guard kukuri, standard issue guard kukuri bearing a symbol of the assassins. We have to purchase this one before we can even upgrade it. Looks like that's all of our money, about like 17 bucks. So we'll keep it there. We need to go south. Should be getting close. is. Most hated man in London. Deduced which of all the potential murderers actually killed Ashton. Okay.
Think of that. Crushed by a crate. The most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Raymond, what are you talking about?
It's of no consequence. What's important is that this man was hated by many. But who delivered the fatal blow?
Alright, well, I guess they're done talking. So let's go to the street. Inspect John Ashton's body. The body has been crushed by the crate, but close inspection reveals other anomalies. A puncture wound to the gut, a bullet wound in the back, and the victim's skin has an odd green powder along with yellowing around the eyes. Inspection of the bullet wound indicates that such a wound would cause death in 12 minutes. Okay, well, there's 5 clues here, and we have another suspect to meet. The path John Ashton took before he died. We have some tracks, so we'll check those out after we get everything else here. List of daily activities. Pharmacy 1, pub 105, Apple 109, house account 110. Broken pocket watch inscribed John Ashton, stopped at 1:17 precisely. Okay, 1:17 precisely. So the pub would have been 12 minutes before that with the bullet wound. The body has been crushed by a crate, but well, that's not what we wanted. I wanted to inspect the crate because it is yellow. Appears to have fallen from an overhead crane onto Ashton. Okay.
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death? He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system.
Okay. A huge coal-powered crane. The driving mechanism is complex and requires an expert operator. There's a little something over here. What's this? Please contribute to the benefit fund for the man who had his arm crushed. Any help will be much appreciated.
If someone could tell me more about this.
The man's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell. I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work that.
Okay.
My best chum is mine for life, and Ashton didn't care a fig. He deserved what happened. Beyond that, I'm mum.
He owned this site and paid us. We all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages. I didn't hate him any more or less than my mates. That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then, I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street. It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment. Eddie? Yeah, I taught him how to work the crane a few days ago.
Interesting. So he lied to us about that. We have one clue. Had a single bite taken out of it. The inside of the apple is oddly pink. Okay.
He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony, the one with the special scepter. Of course, he wasn't going to take me along. I often tie up my hair around a knitting needle. What business is it of yours?
Okay.
He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that. Yeah, that sounds right. Came by for an apple. He was here when we heard the crate hit the ground.
So there's 2 clues here and 1 person to interrogate. So what do we got? Here in the light. Newspaper includes the interesting article, Hendrick's refinery brought to a halt. Apparent sabotage has destroyed machinery at Lawrence Hendrick's foundry. Rumors circulating imply that industrialist John Ashton is behind the sabotage of his competitor. Okay. And then there's a Wexley box of revolver. 1 chamber is empty. Okay.
Ashton stops in front of this pub every afternoon to check on business rumors. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, the bit of jam wants out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of. That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper. As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighborhood for a wealthy fella such as myself. This proves nothing.
Okay. Now we need to go to the pharmacy. Couple clues here. A pharmaceutical cabinet contains chemicals labeled "Warning: Do not ingest." Chemical 1 is bluish in color and is listed of causing erratic movement after 10 minutes and death after an additional 16 minutes. Causes jaundice around the eyes and has an extreme anesthetic effect. Chemical 2 is pinkish in color and listed as causing erratic movement after 2 minutes and death after an additional 9 minutes. Yields a green tint to the skin. Okay. Something out here I saw. Medicine box of Ashton's prescription with a few remaining blue pills. He must have dropped it along the way. There's a little note back here. Addressed to Thomas Reese, pharmacist. Tom, my dear brother, I have recently made the most upsetting discovery. The man who forced the foreclosure of the family farm was none other than John Ashton, your very client. His behavior in this affair is beyond indecent. Both father and mother are reduced to penury. You and I both must contribute all we can, although we each have obligations of our own. At the very least, you must cease to do business with this dreadful man.
I didn't ask about this.
He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it. Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand.
Okay.
It really is none of your business. He came to me for his blue medication. I gave him blue medication.
I see him here every day. He can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
Okay. So I think it's either her or the worker, and I think it's her being the other person that wants out of the marriage or out of the relationship. or it's the guy that dropped the crane operator on him.
I'm not that clever with poisons. It's pure luck that I'm the one that killed him.
Okay, well, it's not her then. I mean, I'm not sure. It's all about the timing.
It was me for certain. I watched the crate fall and crush him. He was still moving when it hit.
Okay, well, it's not him. There was his wife with the puncture wound.
I'll be the toast of the town.
Oh, it was. Okay.
But what was that business about a knighthood ceremony?
With you.
In any case, Mr. Raymond will have a story for Purlock Publishing.
The most hated man in London, or more than one way to skin a cat. Wealthy business owner John Ashton was murdered not once but 5 times. So hated was he that his business rival, his employee, his wife, his mistress, and his pharmacist all made attempts at his life. Poisoned, shot, stabbed, and finally crushed. Ashton came to a very gruesome end indeed. All right. That did not open up another. We already had that dreadful crime there. Alright, in our inventory we had gotten something. Another kukuri here. I wanted to look here at the progression log. So there are 2 more. So it looks like after we do this last one, and then it opens up the final one. And we have 1 more Charles Dickens memory, which is the one that's on the map. So let's go do that. Alright, this way. What you got for me, Charles? Spring-heeled Jack returns to bedevil the good people of London. Stop him.
Thank goodness you're here. Impossible as it may sound, Spring-heeled Jack has returned. We need to do something before the unthinkable happens.
He did say that we'd not seen the last of the spring-heeled villain.
There may be more to this than we originally thought.
Where are we going?
Get away from me, you monster! Stop!
Oh, he got us.
I am a ghost, a fiend, a terror in the night.
Do not touch the ground, okay?
I am a ghost, performing the feats of a devil upon the earth. Long have I stalked the streets of London. from my beastly claws!
Get up there.
I am a ghost, a fiend, a terror in the night.
Tackle him. He's right in front of you. Tackle him. Guess we're not supposed to be able to tackle him. Alright, well, we're going to follow him this way and not touch the ground.
Long have I stalked the streets of London.
I don't know if that counts or not. I guess not, because it didn't tick off. Across the way we go. Get up there. Come on. Get back here, buddy. I mean, we had him before. But it does feel like it's really trying to get us to like a climactic point. Got him. Well, I did.
Vanished? Impossible.
Spring-heeled Jack will never die.
Crazy.
Well, thanks to you, the Ghost Club's reputation has grown tremendously. We are a beacon of reason in a world beguiled by superstition.
But I believe we have encountered one genuine spirit.
Can you be certain? That's the question. One might surmise that the spirits that haunt us are simply our deepest fears, manifested as apparitions.
Well, that's deep.
Shame. I've always wanted to see a ghost or a goblin.
I propose a toast to the Ghost Club and the virtuous twins that have aided it, Miss Evie and Mr. Jacob. Cheers.
All right, well, that takes care of all the Charles Dickens memories. If we go look here, boom, done. 100% on each one. I think to get 100%, we are going to have to grind those out, sadly. All right, so I'll pick up our money, and we're going to finish out this episode.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
By reading about some more stuff. So let's go hop down over here. All right, we got 9,000 monies. So if I go into our inventory here to weapons, so next we had the Master Rubikukuri. Elegance of a Master Rubikukuri is stark contrast to the brutality of its blade. And then we have Henry's Kukuri, Henry Green's weapon of choice. That sucked up a bunch of my money. Only have 5 more. What of it we need to craft? All right, well, we are going to end the episode here. We do hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you next time.